So I'm going to give you guys a scenario really quick. So you're on the home screen of, like, say your Xbox or your computer or whatever, and you have a whole library of games to choose from, and you sit there, you scroll for about 5 minutes, and then you end up saying, I'm tired of it. I can't choose anything. I'm done. Turn off the Xbox and leave it as is. I've been here, and I know you guys have been here too. And I will say that's one of the things I've struggled with playing games is overwhelming. The feeling of being overwhelmed by choice is what I would describe it as. Or say you're on a game for about 5-10 minutes and you realize I'm not really enjoying the game that I'm actually playing. I'm just playing it because either you're bored or you just have nothing else better to do, or maybe you just feel like you need to, or you feel like you have to. You just don't feel like the gaming experience that you're trying to get is not fulfilling at that point. I've been through this multiple times, and whenever this feeling comes up or it just happens, I try to step away for a little bit. I try to maybe not play anything for a little bit, maybe just try to read a book, or try to get myself used to the idea that maybe maybe it's not the game that is the problem, it's me. Maybe the problem is that I've become so overstimulated with playing games that I don't find it fun anymore. The reason I'm making this video, honestly, is to look back at obviously the catalogs of my own thoughts and stuff like that, and hopefully I can help people out there that are watching this video for sure. I recently found out that I enjoy playing older games nowadays. I don't play any of the new AAA titles. I haven't even touched the new Call of Duty that came out, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I heard it was really fun, but I feel like I would play it for 5 to 10 minutes and just not enjoy it. So I've been playing a lot more older games, and I've felt a lot more comfortable playing the games that I've grown up with, rather than a new AAA title that has come out. So I think the reason being is because with the older games back in the day, you could just pop the disc in and it worked. You didn't have to download no updates. You didn't have to download nothing. You just pop the game in, you boot up the load screen for whatever game you're playing, and it just straight up worked. And I really do like that simpleness that gaming used to have. And I think a lot of games nowadays have not perfected that. There's too many steps that you have to take before you even boot into the game nowadays, is what it feels like. So I've been playing PlayStation 3 games, and I've been playing PlayStation 2 games just here and there, and even some PlayStation 1 games. And I've been enjoying the experience that it's given me, that I can just pop in the game, play it for about a couple hours, and then when I'm done, I can just save it to the memory card and then just hop off. Honestly, it's the more simple gaming that I miss, because especially with my life, and in my life where I work a normal job and I also do YouTube in my free time, I'm constantly doing something. I'm constantly busy. And if I do have the time to squeeze in a little bit of gaming, I want something quick. I want something to just pop in real quick, and I want something to provide me enough entertainment without taking away from the whole gaming experience. And I feel like modern games have done that with microtransactions, battle passes, or just paywalls in general. I don't think that's fun. I think you've taken the actual gaming experience out of gaming when you do that. It's even loot boxes and stuff like that. It's just not fun when you do that. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's fun to spend a stupid amount of money on a game to get the perfect skin you want or whatever. I think that's when it becomes more about a cash grab than an actual gaming experience, And honestly, that's why I've been playing retro games recently, is because of that reason. I like the idea of how older games, basically they've designed them for the user experience. They designed these games to be fun. They design them to basically you pay it one time and then you have the full experience. And I understand stuff like DLC is, is a really big part of gaming now, and I think it is a really good thing that gaming has done, that if they want to release more content for a game, that you can just download it to your Xbox or like to your computer or whatever. I think that's a really good thing. It's just that, I don't know, when I buy a game, and like I want to have the experience when I buy it. I don't want to buy a game and then have it be broken on launch, or I don't want a game that has just bugs on day one. I want a game to be fully polished before it comes out, and I think a lot of like modern games have that issue. Like every game that I've even gotten so bad to where I have to wait a week to a month before I even think about buying a new game, because it just seems like a lot of these newer games that come out, they have so many issues with them. Like I remember when I bought Helldivers on my computer, and it was like day one when day one released. I bought the game and I was like, okay, let's try to get into a game, and the servers were so busy that I couldn't even get past the main menu screen. It was that bad. It was a 30-second wait time that was supposed to be in for the queue, and every time it would go to 30 seconds, it would reset. That's not fun. That's not fun to me. The fact that I paid a full $60 for this game that was supposed to work on launch didn't. It's very discouraging, especially when you expect the game to work and it doesn't. And I'm not trying to, bash the game for what it was, but like my thing is it's honestly, it's like you wouldn't ever get that with like an older game back in like the PS2 or like the PS3 even, I think, even when online was a thing. They designed those games to work right out of the box. As soon as you get the game, you pop it in, it works. And I get like there's bugs and glitches in games. That's always been a thing. Like you can exploit certain things. I mean, look at Skyrim. You literally can exploit it it's literally the game of exploits. But there's a difference between bugs that are fun to do and are optional, and then there's bugs that literally render the game unplayable. It's honestly just why I've stepped away from AAA gaming, and I've moved towards the excitement of buying a rare game or something like on like the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation 1 or even the PS3. Like I've said, I enjoy going on eBay and seeing if it's a good price, and I'll buy the game and I'll try it out, and I know it's going to work as soon as I pop it into the console, I don't know. It's something to think about, that, something that the gaming industry needs to figure out is, how can I make a game that is for the actual user, instead of relying solely on how much money can I make off of this game, or how much money can I make off of this console. Another thing I want to talk about too is Sony PlayStation, Sony making the PlayStation 5 Pro or whatever. They're pricing it at like $700 without a disc drive. It literally sounds like they're pricing it without a disc drive. That sounds insane. Like, I'm sorry, but like, it's supposed to be a pro console, but you took away the main way to play hard discs or hard copies of games. It's like, first of all, well, no one's going to buy that when it comes out. Whenever it comes out, I don't know. My thing is, it seems more about cash grab than actual user experience, and that's the problem with modern gaming, is the sum up of this whole video, to be honest. When I try to make gaming fun again, I find these older games a lot more fun to go back to, because it's honestly just the perfect gaming experience. I boot the game up, I can play it for however long I want. I know it's going to work. I know I'm going to have a fun experience with it, and that I don't have to spend any more money past the initial game's price. And I think that is something special. And I think that's something where that's how I fell in love with gaming, is that I can be entertained. I can be entertained by a game for what it's worth, not how much money they can make off of just me buying their product or whatever. And I think that's something the these AAA titles cannot get right, and why after a month or two their online player base it just drops off. I think even when like Helldivers announced that Sony announced that Helldivers 2 was going to require a PSN account, their user base completely dropped off after that, and no one plays it anymore. And I think they weren't even issuing like refunds, which was really, really stupid. Like I think I tried to get a refund for it. I had it under 2 hours, and I don't think I got it. So I think Sony straight up was not issuing refunds. But yeah, I enjoy playing older games. The way I enjoy games now is just going back in time and enjoying the stuff that I grew up with, and maybe trying an old obscure game that I've never even heard about or no one ever talks about, and seeing if it's fun or not. I think there's something special about going back and trying to find the fun in games, not dump as much money as possible into the game, hoping that it'll become fun or that I'll actually win at the game. Anyways, I can go on forever about this entire topic, but I feel like I'm rambling on about the same thing over and over again, so I'm going to leave it here. If you guys like this type of videos, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know any more video topics that you guys want to hear about. For sure, just let me know. I'll reply back to the comment, and I'll post your comment in the next video if that's the topic that I choose or whatever. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.